And welcome to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. We've got Coach Jeff Shore of the Camdenton Lakers and Shannon Jolly of the Osage Indians, presented to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Also brought to you by the great folks at SRG Financial Advisors, our veterinary at the lake, Sir Dyke Yamaha, Polylift Boat Lifts, and Rough Water Docks. So here we are on the practice field of the Camdenton Lakers with the man, the myth, and the legend, Coach Jeff Shore. How's Coach today?
Hey, great. I mean, can't wait for football. I mean, it's here and it's exciting. It's just fun that it's it's that time again.
Yeah, and during the off season, by the way, if you didn't know, we got to sit down with Jeff and his dad, Coach Bob Shore, and we just talked about some great Camdenton Laker football stories from over the years.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I appreciate you doing that. I think, for my family to archive that a little bit, and then we just had a good time with it. I appreciate that.
Man, I tell you, that makes some good television, all those stories. And if you haven't seen those, you can go to the Lake TV YouTube page and watch those. I think 4 of the 7 are out, with 3 more to come during the football season. So that'll be fun. So 50 years of Shores at Camdenton, leading the football program, you and your dad. And we're hearing that this might be your last season, that Mr. Jeff Shore might be retiring at the end of this season.
That's what they tell me, at least. That's what I've been hearing. I don't know. That's a possibility for sure. I think that's probably my plan at the moment. Never say never, but I'm really looking forward to this season and just making sure that we do what we can.
Yeah, there you go. Does it, with that at the back of your mind as a possibility, does it make going into a season like this a little more special, a few more emotions maybe?
It does, yeah. It makes it very special. All the seasons are special, but I think it really makes you take things in and enjoy the moment. I've always tried to do that, the best I can, but it really amplifies it, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, well, and you got your son playing, Bear at quarterback, and this kid, last year he played most of the year injured. Nobody really knew it, but I mean, he was in a lot of pain last year.
Yeah, I played with a torn labrum all last year on the left shoulder. Shoulder would come out of socket about once every 2 games, and put it back in. So to his credit, he did a good job, and our Josh Lambert, our trainer, did a nice job of getting him going and all those kind of things. So still was a good year. I thought we had a really good football year. We were close to being a fantastic year, but it was a really good football season.
Yeah, I mean, I think you finished 7-4. You won a playoff game, and a lot of young players got a lot of playing time, like your son Barrett, quarterback. So what are you looking at this year? Do you have a lot of guys coming back? You got a pretty solid team.
We do. I feel really good on the offensive end. We got a lot of weapons. We got Reese Waters coming back, who's going to be a 2-way guy. You got Cam Durnan, of course, who Mr. Everything. He did a bunch of different stuff for us last year. You got Javari Stewart, who's looked good in the preseason. Hayes Hewlett, who is extremely fast kid. You got Kyle Edson, who had a great sophomore season last year. Emergence of Blake Ford at kind of our X spot, a little bit of Parkman on offense. Ethan Evans back, who was hurt last year. And our offensive line has done a really great job, led by Gabe Norton there up front. Garrett Hilton, who's a returning starter type player. So really feel good about our offense. And of course, we got Bear coming back, who is returning All-State guy, who has had a ton of experience under his belt. So all those things are lead to a good feeling of comfortableness as you run the offense. Like I said, with a lot of different weapons. So hopefully, if we can stay away from injury and just keep working hard on the offensive end, I feel really good.
Absolutely.
Defensively, I don't know if you want to talk about defense.
Absolutely.
But,
hey, what they say, you can't win championships with defense.
Defense is probably where I'm most encouraged. Our defensive line has really worked hard in the weight room on the off season. You got the Logan Wheat in there, Frankie Valadola, Jeshua, once again Gabe Norton. Some guys up front that are really giving us some punch on that defensive line. Hopefully we get Powers back. If we get Wiley back at linebacker, we got Sam coming back. DeMott, who was a starter there all last season. Got Curley, who's coming back. And then a nice secondary. You got Parkman, who's an All-State guy coming back, Mellencamp. And then and Van Skyke at the corner, and then Kyle Edson and probably Stewart, and maybe a combination of different guys there at the corner.
You know, people don't realize, and Camdenton, you guys are so flashy on offense, people tend to focus on that, but you really cannot win championships if you don't have a defense.
100%, and our league is really, it's turning back to a run-oriented league. Mm-hmm. So, you know, those guys up front are extremely important, and we put a lot of stress on that. And our guys have really responded, so I'm really happy with what our guys have done up front. They've really went to work, and, you know, I really feel like we're going to be good in the front 3 or 5 guys.
All right, so we'll continue talking with Coach Shore, Camdenton football, and the opener coming up. We'll do that here on the COMC High School Football Coaches Show right after this. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center is growing in our community with a new dental location to serve you in Eldon and a new location in Laurie. COMC also makes your children a priority with a mobile dental unit serving schools in rural areas where access can be a challenge. COMC also offers OBGYN, sports medicine, pediatric, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Purchasing a boat is a pretty big investment, and when you purchase a rough water dock, you're protecting that investment for years to come. Rough Water Dock has been your trusted dock builder at the lake for over 30 years, specializing in custom docks that are built to withstand the rough waters of the Lake of the Ozarks. Rough Water is a full-service dock builder offering commercial construction, dock additions, swim docks. They're Amarin certified and fully insured. Rough Water Dock, the peace of mind you want and the protection you need.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
And welcome back to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. We're here at Camdenton talking with Lakers head coach Jeff Shore. I feel bad every time I talk with you, Jeff, because you're so good looking, you're skinny and all that stuff, you know? I mean, geez, man. Geez. So if you do retire, you're going to be a beach bum, like you said?
Yeah, probably be a lake bum. Where I was born to be, I just had to work for about 30 years in between there.
To get there,
that's
absolutely.
Right, that's right.
Okay, so we've just got a couple minutes left here. The opener, I think, is against Rolla this year.
Correct.
And they had a really good team last year.
They did, and we hit them at kind of the wrong time last year. They were coming in hot. They just beat Lebanon, playing their best football.
Yeah.
We did not play a very good ball game against them, have not the last 2 years. So we really feel like we got something to prove in that opener. Pretty hungry for that. Tough schedule for us.
Yeah.
4 out of our first 5 are on the road. We go to Rolla first, then go to Kickapoo, then Waynesville. So that's 3 road games, come home for Parkview, and then back on the road for West Plains. So
yeah.
It's kind of a grueler at the start, so we got to be ready to go.
Boy, and all those teams, I mean, West Plains on the road is always tough. But the good news is you've got Lebanon at home this year, Bolivar at home, so that's good. And Lake TV is going to be carrying the Lakers game against Bolivar and the Lakers game against Lebanon this year, and maybe some playoff games toward the end of the season. So we're really, really excited to have the Lakers back on.
Yeah, that's
Lake
fantastic.
TV. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
So what's going to be the key for your team this year? What's it going to come down?
I really think the Hogs. Back to the Hogs. You know, we run out of that big blow up purple hog. You know, we've always stressed our linemen.
Yep.
And I really think our key is the Hogs on the defensive line and the offensive line. We're going to institute a little more run in our throwing game, I guess you'd say.
Right.
And stopping the run, from the opposition. So I think our Hogs, and they've really taken that challenge. We really challenged them at the start of the year. It's got to be you guys' year. You got to take this thing over, up front. And I like what I see so far, so I think that's going to be our key.
How does your size stack up with the rest of the league? Are you big or are you small?
We're smaller, but we've always been that way.
Yeah.
We've never been extremely big across the line. You look at some of these other teams, and we're usually some of the smaller. But it's not always about that. It's about staying low off the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
And
being mean and tough.
Great repetition. Doing the same things over and over. And getting it done.
Absolutely. Okay, there he is, Coach Jeff Shore. So coming up here in just a minute, we're going to go over to Osage and talk with the Indians coach Shannon Jolly on the COMC High School Football Coaches Show.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the Mile Marker Formula.
Polylift Boat Lifts. Boaters everywhere have relied on Polylift Boat Lifts to raise their boat up and out of the water time and time again. Polylift Boat Lifts are made of the finest materials and offer a lifetime warranty on the tanks. Stop by Polylift and see the huge selection of wet steps, water toys, and dock accessories. You can even shop online at polylift.com. Polylift Boat Lifts. You know what they say.
We got time to build boat lifts. We build Polylifts.
And welcome back to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. As you can see, we have moved over here to the School of the Osage, home of the Indians, and we've got head coach Shannon Jolly with us. Coach, so good to be back with you. Thank you for taking the time to join us this year. We appreciate it. Every week talking about last week's game, next week's game. I know you're a busy guy, so thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate you guys. It's been, it seems like a fast summer.
Yeah.
But seems like we were just here a little bit ago, so it's good to be back, and we're excited about the season.
Absolutely. Okay, so you guys open things up, kind of a new school on the schedule this year. You got Jefferson City on to open up the season, and that's a program you know a little bit about.
Yeah, we just, going through the process of setting the schedule up again, it was nice to see, when they called and said, hey, we're open, it's nice to create change sometimes in ways that don't take a lot of energy. And what I mean is we picked up Jeff City, and with all due respect to Fulton, it's been something that Osage has played Fulton for several years. So chance for us to maybe step up a little bit and level the competition and at least create the year with a buzz and maybe a little extra motivation to make sure, because with a formidable opponent like Jeff City and their rich tradition, it's going to bring a lot to week one.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is year 2 for you back at Osage with the Indians. Last year was kind of a building year, getting the new system in and everything like that. Year number 2, how is the program coming along? Do they allow you to do much in the summer months to gear up for a season?
Yeah, we've done quite a bit. We had a tremendous off season throughout the winter, and we had a lot of weight room visits and a lot of participation in our off-season program. But, everybody across the state's limited to the same amount of contact days and those things in the summer. So, year 2's been good. We still have a long way to go, but I'm really proud of what our kids have done and what our coaches have done. So, it's just you kind of reboot each year, and you just expect to be a little bit better, at that stage when you start over than you were when you left, and I feel like we're in that situation this year.
Absolutely. Okay, so from last year to this year, you lost a couple of players, big guys. Your quarterback last year, Brockland McLaughlin, has moved on. So what do you have coming in? What are you excited about as far as players this year?
Well, I'm just excited about some consistency. Whenever you come in new, everything's new, like from relationships to position players to everything, your expectations. So this year I have a better idea of who we're putting in positions. I think our coaching staff's got a better idea of what not only I expect, but we expect out of our program. So, I'm comfortable saying that we're excited about the improvements we're bringing with this football team, even in week 1.
Yeah, and last year we noticed a typical Shannon Jolly coaching. I mean, you are a tough coach. You like to run the ball. You like to ground and pound a little bit. And what is do you have the talent to do that this second year as you continue to put things in?
Yeah, and I think we always continue to try to create more of a balance. I think, when people talk about that, they get focused on maybe running the ball more than not. Well, in order to be a balanced team, you've got to have, a tremendous balanced skill set with quarterbacks and receivers and those types of things. And I think any program that's going to be solid or going to be consistent starts with forming a strong run game. I think even at some of the schools I've been at in the past, later on in my tenure, 2 or 3 years down the road, we get into throwing the ball a little bit more and doing some more in the passing game. But initially, I think it's imperative that you be able to run the ball. But, our kids have adopted what we've done well, and we've got some kids that can throw the ball and do good things, but also we've got a nice stable of running backs that are going to be positive for us.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so we're talking with Indians coach Shannon Jolly. We get ready for week 1 of the season against Jefferson City here on the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. More with Coach Jolly right after this. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center is growing in our community with a new dental location to serve you in Eldon and a new location in Lorry. COMC also makes your children a priority with a mobile dental unit serving schools in rural areas where access can be a challenge. COMC also offers OBGYN, sports medicine, pediatric, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission.
Welcome back to the lake and welcome back Free America. Hi, this is Greg at Surdak Yamaha in Osage Beach. Here at Lake of the Ozarks, we wear what we want, we eat what we want, we drink what we want, and we have more fun than we deserve. This place is the ultimate statement of freedom. For 50 years, it has been my job to make sure you have as much fun as I do. Yamaha Wave Runners make that easy. Yamaha Wave Runners last longer, hold their value better, and provide safe family fun better than any watercraft ever made. It's also time to join the Surdak Boat Rental Club to enjoy up to 50% savings on your rentals. Visit Surdak Yamaha on Osage Beach and let my friendly crew help put you on the lake. Supplies are limited, but your freedom isn't. That's at Surdak Yamaha in Osage Beach.
You ride on our reputation at Gary Surdak. You ride on our reputation. You ride on our reputation.
And welcome back to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. We're here at Osage, the Indians taking on Jefferson City this week. Coach Shannon Jolly with us. So what kind of emotions, 26 years of coaching. First of all, does it seem like 26 years now?
I think it did last year. Yeah. I told my wife this year, it's just been fun again. And, the newness has kind of wore off a little bit, so kind of back in the grind of things, but it doesn't feel like that. In fact, there's a level of excitement within me and my family that I think we had, early on. So it's been fun. But yeah, it's the more experience, hopefully, the better you get. So hopefully that's on our side.
Absolutely. So what are the emotions? Are you as excited now as you were 26 years ago when you were going into your first season?
It's just different. You get more excited about really what I would say some of the more, stuff that has substance, in our player development stuff and even our coaches development and all just our program builders. But no, it's been enjoyable. Being back here is a dream come true, and I keep saying that and I keep believing it. And so we're excited about this season. I'm excited about building off of, some of the strong things that we did last year and improving on some of the things that weren't so strong.
So Jefferson City, game 1, what do they like to do? What are you going to have to do to try and corral them?
Well, they run the ball. It's they do some similar things as us in the run game, and so that's going to be a little bit unique because we're going to be a little bit familiarized with philosophically we're going to line up. But historically, Jeff City's been bigger, and they've made their way down to Class 4 from Class 6 because of the split. But it's a quality football team. Coaches working hard up there to make sure that they're in year 2. They were on a winning season last year, which they haven't had for a while. So they're on the upswing. But also, we want to make a statement that we want to play quality opponents, and Jefferson City is a big step for us.
Absolutely, and the Tri-County Conference is always tough. 2 years ago, I think it was Blair Oaks won the state championship. They're always good. Last year, there were a lot of good teams in this conference, and it doesn't seem like they're getting any worse. So it's going to be another tough conference season.
Yeah, it always. If you're coaching in the Tri-County Conference, you can just expect that. And that's one of the reasons why picking up Jeff City was big for us, to make sure that we're continually challenging our kids for that schedule. But, that's what you want to do. I think the ultimate goal is to play your best football throughout the year, specifically at the end of the year, and you play great teams in order to do that.
Yep. Okay, so quarterback this year, who you looking at? You lost Brock McLaughlin from last year. Who's coming in? Who you looking to call the signals for you?
Well, Connor Vaughn was coming in the summer as our starting quarterback, and he's been banged up a little bit. We've got Isaac Stark, who will be a sophomore this year, but handles things really well and a little bit more mature than maybe a normal sophomore. And we've got everybody from Landon Childs down to, those guys are going to have to kind of step up and fill in for Connor, at least until he gets 100% healthy. And, that's just the way it works.
Yeah, absolutely. And Connor got a lot of playing time last year. I mean, he knows what it's like to be on the field.
Yeah, no, he's a great player. I mean, he was on the state qualifying relay teams. He's had a lot of success. I mean, Connor's not going to have any problem. And to be honest with you, the two guys behind him that are filling in until he gets healthy, or I think will do a great job as well.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, there you go. That is your first COMC High School Football Coaches Show, Coach Jolley. We'll get to talk to him every week. And this brought to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Also, SRG Financial Advisors, our veterinary at the lake, Serdike Yamaha, Polylift Boat Lifts, and Rough Water Docks.